Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me again today. Today, I'm going to continue to talk about food, our favorite, my favorite, and about nutrients. So, the last time I spoke on Wednesday, we talked about macronutrients and what they are, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, and we talked about how much of those you need uh, daily in order to have a good nutrition plan going on. So it was 800 calories of carbohydrates, 400 calories of protein, and 400 calories of fats, which equates to 50% carbohydrates in your diet, 25% protein in your diet, and 25% fats in your diet. So carbohydrates good for brain, kidney health, nervous system. They help fuel the body, provide energy. They're a main source of energy for the body, and not the bad macros. Most people, when you say carbs, they think bad foods, but there are lots of good carbohydrates out there, which I'm going to talk about more today in a little bit. Protein, we need protein in our diet. 25% of your diet should consist of protein throughout the day. Protein, your amino acids, the building blocks for your body. They help build cartilage, bone, muscle. They also are instrumental in keeping you feeling full and satiated. Protein, you need it because it helps you make enzymes that break down the food in your body to aid your metabolism, and also for the formation of hormones in your body. Fats you need, the good fats are what I'm talking about. They help prevent heart disease and stroke, actually, prevent abnormal heart rhythms, fight inflammation, lower blood pressure, prevent arteriosclerosis, and help you to feel full also, to help you to reduce hunger. So today I want to talk about power foods in all of those categories, and all your macro categories. The foods are going to give you the most bang for your buck. And then I'll expand a little bit on what I mean by the most bang for your buck. And some of the things that I'm going to mention here are things that I use on a regular basis in my diet when I cook. Raw most of the time. I try to eat things as close to nature as possible, so raw. But okay, so the first power foods that I want to talk about are lemons and limes. Lemons and limes are liver loving fruits. Okay, they help to detoxify the liver. They provide you with lots and lots, loads of vitamin C, loads of antioxidants and fiber if you're going to eat the whole lemon, which is what I do. If I don't feel good, anything's coming on, my kids, I swear by lemon. So if I feel anything coming on, a little inflammation, not feeling too well, I'll eat a whole lemon. I don't suggest you eat lemons throughout the day because then you're going to be in the bathroom all day. So anyhow, lemons, limes, good additives for when you're cooking and so forth. They're liver loving fruits. Chia seeds. I put chia seeds in my oatmeal. I throw chia seeds in wherever they're appropriate. Chia seeds are actually protein sources. They're very high in protein. They're very high in omega threes, those good fats that we were talking about a little bit earlier. They also provide you with a lot of fiber, antioxidants, massive amounts of nutrients in chia seeds. And people think seeds, so they really don't think much further than that. Yes, seeds provide you with some fiber, but chia seeds are a wonder food. They're like a staple power food for me. I try to throw them in everything, in my yogurt, in my oatmeal, things like that, where chia seeds would fit in. The next thing you may not have heard about before, but it's called nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is something that I use to take the place of cheese. I sprinkle it on my vegetables. I'll sprinkle it in things like egg salad, or sprinkle it in my tuna fish. It has a slight cheesy flavor, and it's loaded with B vitamins. It has all of your B vitamins. So I swear by nutritional yeast. There are a bunch of different brands. Most supermarkets carry nutritional yeast now, maybe in the organic section or the healthy food section where you would find chia seeds and things like that. You can find nutritional yeast. Try it. You'd be surprised. You can sprinkle it on all your vegetables, on your meats and things like that. That's where nutritional yeast will go. Okay, ginger root, fresh ginger root, anti-inflammatory, another good source of antioxidants. I try to use ginger root in the fresh form. I use it in everything everything that it meshes well with when I cook. So that's another one. Turmeric, anti-inflammatory properties, loaded with antioxidants. Notice the color of turmeric. It's a rich orange color. Usually your rich orange foods provide you with a lot of antioxidants. So use that as a little guide to help you with your shopping or when you're looking for power foods. Apple cider vinegar. I use apple cider vinegar as a substitute for salad dressing. I'll use apple cider vinegar with a little bit of olive oil, and then I throw fresh herbs in, pepper, salt and pepper, a little salt and pepper to take the place of salad dressing. Some people say, you know, you can even take shots of apple cider vinegar throughout the day. You know, a couple of shots if you really can't tolerate the taste of apple cider vinegar because it is very strong. But make sure if you take a shot of apple cider vinegar that you follow it up with a nice big glass of water so that you're not getting any afterburn when you use the apple cider vinegar. But yeah, that's also another one of the wonder foods. Fresh herbs, thyme, basil, parsley, garlic, onions. All right. Try to use those things as much as you possibly can in your cooking, in your salads, things like that, so that you get all the nutritional benefits of those fresh herbs, mostly antioxidants and so forth. Avocado, that's a very good fat to add to your diet. If you love guacamole, fabulous. I like to buy the guacamole made in like the freshest form. So I go to the produce section to buy my guacamole. But if I make it myself, I take the avocado, I'll use a little salsa that I like, mesh it all together, throw some extra garlic in there, squeeze lime into my guacamole. Also use fresh cilantro in my guacamole. So I try to throw as much power food as I can into guacamole when I make it. Yams. I talked about yams the other day, so I swear by them. Loaded with fiber, loaded with antioxidants. If you just bake it and eat it as if you were eating a regular baked white potato, add a little of the butter substitutes that are out there. I've been using an avocado butter, and it's pretty good. It's pretty tasty, just like anything else. You've been eating a certain way all of your life, so when you introduce these new foods into your diet, you're gonna have to sometimes acquire a taste for them, and it's tough, but it's worth it. Okay, your health is worth it. So go ahead and try some of those butter substitutes when you're using on yams and things like that. Broccoli, that nutritional yeast and some of that avocado butter or whatever butter substance you're going to use on your broccoli. Try to make your broccoli new again. Greens, all of your greens, collard greens, spinach, arugula, romaine lettuce as opposed to iceberg lettuce, because iceberg lettuce doesn't really have a lot of nutrients in it. Romaine lettuce is better. It does have more nutrients in it. Um, the spinach and collard greens, another source of fiber and iron for you. Definitely all the greens are good sources of fiber, but iron also. You want to try to get as much iron as you can into your diet. Okay. Fruit, I recommend berries, oranges, melons, things like that. Bananas, every now and then. Bananas are loaded with B vitamins. So I'm not trying to push you away from bananas, but try not to make bananas a regular part of your diet because they do tend to have a lot of sugar, and they also tend to be binding. Okay, so we want to try to keep the system flowing, and that's my little talk on bananas. Oranges, apples, things like that. Berries are number one for me though, because berries are loaded with fiber and antioxidants. They're not really high in sugar, but they are very good fillers. You can throw berries in all over the place. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and so forth. Let's talk about grains. Oatmeal, my number one power food. You eat oatmeal, it keeps you full, it's loaded with fiber, okay, it's good for you. But I'm not talking about the packaged oatmeal, like the flavor packaged oatmeals that are loaded with sugar. Be careful. I'm talking about the regular oats that come in the cylinder type of container. The old fashioned oats, steel cut oatmeal is supposed to be really good, but I don't purchase steel cut oatmeal because it's kind of expensive. I just get the traditional 99 cent to $1 box of oatmeal. It lasts for a long time. It's a power food. It's a staple. It keeps you full, low with fiber, great for you. Okay. Whole grain breads. I talked about whole grain breads the other day. Um, watch your labels when you're buying whole grain breads. If the first ingredient says enriched or refined, something like that, then that's not the bread you want to be going for. You want to go for the ones that have whole grains, sprouted grains, that type of thing. Okay, there's lots of varieties out there now with regards to whole grain breads. Now I want to go back to, so those are all my power foods. Those are the power foods that I gravitate towards. Those are going to give you the most bang for your buck, the most vitamins and antioxidants, okay, most protein, that chia seeds thing. When I found out about the benefits of chia seeds, I can't get enough of chia seeds. I make sure that I put them in everything that will mesh well with chia seeds, so that I get them in. Uh, okay, so those are all the power foods. Um, now I want to go back to meat for a second because I really painted a bad picture about meat, and I just want to give myself some redemption here because I'm not suggesting that you totally and completely um, keep meat out of your diet. If you can do that and you want to do that, that's fine. You become a vegetarian or a vegan, and that's your choice. That's fine. But there are um, some benefits to eating meat and red meat. And what I'm going to tell you is try to get the red meat that's organic or grass fed meats and things like that, the ones that have the lowest amounts of antibiotics or hormones injected. Okay. And the reason is that red meat, provides you with an iron that's easily assimilated into the body, the heme iron. Sometimes if you go the route of just, vegan or vegetarian, you lose out on some iron. And it could be very bad for people that are already slightly anemic. All right, it can make you anemic. You need um, that red meat source of iron or an equivalent to help you maintain the quality of your blood. So red meat provides you with the iron that's called heme iron, heme iron. That type of iron is the type that the body can assimilate. Is gonna your body's gonna take in all of that iron when you eat a red meat source. So that's why I wanted to go back to red meat because I painted a bad picture about red meat. I talked to you about a little bit about the meat processing plant. I know I didn't go into detail, and I'm not going to go into detail now because it's a lot. But the basic idea is that you want to stay away from eating a lot of red meat because of the hormones and the antibiotics that are injected into the animal, and because it does take a while for meat to be digested in the body. So just take those things into consideration. Remember the benefits of eating red meat, and also remember the things that are not so good for your body with regards to eating red meat. And your protein, more of your protein sources for meats, chicken, fish. Be careful with the amount of fish that you eat because of the metals that are sometimes left in fish when they're taken from the ocean. All right, so you want to be careful about how much fish you eat on a regular basis as well. So I hope that my little talk this morning about power foods gives you some new ideas about things that you can incorporate into your diet to get you the most bang for your buck with regards to nutrients and so forth. So that's pretty much what I have for you today. If you have any questions, you want to contact me, you can contact me. Thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend.